Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nikki Smoke Shop. My name is Nikki Smokes. I'm joined with Big Vic and Big Tone. I'm calling both of you Big this week because that's how big this show is. I am so fired up. I love this board. It is gorgeous. It's an amazing board. If it was a human being, I would fuck it. But before we get into this week's board, we need to recap last week. I'll start with you, Big Tone.
Yeah, so last week was a tough one for me. I didn't do great coming off of a great week before. Wasn't a good weekend for me. I got a little banged up. I didn't get a ton of time to interact with you guys. My apologies on that. But I will say this. Derek Carr, if he's hurt with New Orleans, we are so fucked. That's that team that I said I think is going to be a covering machine. I know Jameis is probably the next guy up, and I'm curious to see. But if Carr's hurt, like seriously hurt or out for a few weeks, I'm probably going to lay off betting them like I was talking about. I didn't hear anything new. If you guys do know if he's playing or not playing, let me know. But
they signed somebody today. They signed, I forgot his name, Luton. They gave the quarterback Luke and Jake Luton. They gave him a deal today. So I think they're getting ready to go a little bit without Carr.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So, that sounds real good. Jake Luton, that guy's
he was decent in Oregon State, but he doesn't look that good when he was with Jacksonville.
Probably the biggest disappointment for me out of the whole week, honestly, was probably Atlanta. I really liked them against the Lions. I thought it was going to be kind of a game for me where I was like, okay, I'm starting to see things. I'm reading things right. Nope. Lions punched them directly in the face. Part of me wants to go back to the Falcons this week against the Jags. We'll get into that. I'm just not sure. But bad week for me. I'll wear it. I have what I think are really good plays this week, so I'm excited to give them to you guys. But that was just a bad week. Bad week. And by the way, the Giants were in that fucking game. Can the refs not help out the best team in the fucking NFL? I'm not saying we were going to win, but
the Giants suck, bro. Like when your face looks like Daniel Jones's face, you don't have a shot at being a good quarterback.
We won 2 Super Bowls.
Tell me this isn't Daniel Jones every game.
What's that? Yeah. Do you remember Eli Manning?
True.
The fakest two-time Super Bowl winner of all time. But
are you fucking kidding me? Say what you want. He circled out of that sack. You can't have the catch without him making the throw.
They came back so many times from down two scores in the fourth quarter that year. I remember it was almost every game, playoff, regular season. They were down 2 touchdowns, fourth quarter, and they had you right where they wanted you. They were pretty. And then the next year, Eli would shit the bed.
To win, you gotta have good defenses to win, and he did. But a disappointing week for me. My apologies. It's thank God for Saturday, but we're back on it this week. You guys did a lot better than me. Let's hear from you.
Vic, what'd you do?
Well, I got hit with a bag of dicks with my fucking Tampa Bay game in a month, to say the least. I mean, this is the last time I go out on a limb for this scumbag Mayfield. I come up here.
We need to talk about that. You're over here talking about he's better than Tom Brady. I'm just glad you learned your lesson.
Well, nope, man. Listen, it was a bad pick, but also lost with the Commanders on an official play. Won with the Colts, big sandwich game. I said that, but gun to the head, which you forced me to make the plays, 4-0. Can't take it away from me. 49ers winner, Chargers winner, Packers on the money line. We were specific about that. And the Detroit Lions was an easy winner. So that's 4-0 gun to the head. Official plays didn't get it done. I'm 2-7 for the year. But guess what? I'm ready to go to war again.
I love it. And that's why I love both of you, because there's no quit in you guys. You guys understand there's no such thing as quitting. When I lost my game of the year and I'm texting you guys, I'm a loser. I'm eating ice soup tonight. I called my mom. I was never going to fucking quit.
No.
Never, ever, ever. You can't quit. If you quit, you're a loser, and I can't respect you as a man.
Gotta roll your way
out
out.
This week.
And I'm a big believer. And Nick, your Wi-Fi looks a little choppy, but I'm a big believer in when things are going bad, it's okay if you want to peel back the card and, just take 1 game here, 2 games here, start getting back in the flow of things. Mr. Ice once told me that he went like 0 for 20, then started doing 1 game at a time and rattled off like 40 in a row at one point. So you turn the mojo, you change your thinking, you focus on stuff, and then you can get into a bigger card. I have the luxury of having a monster last week in college to where I've been able to play a little bit. And at the end of the day,
That's Nicky saying he doesn't want to hear about your college shit.
Fucking aliens. At the end of the day, I guess what I'm saying is this. And this is going to sound terrible. It only takes one in this game. One big score, you're right back in it. And that's how I live my life.
So last week I went 3-3. Watching that Vikings-Chargers game took years off my life. Those are the same. They're identical. They are ugly twin sisters. Those teams are exactly the same. They both suck. It's a shame that both of them couldn't lose that game. Watching what the Vikings did in the last 2 minutes of that game made me want to throw my computer through my TV screen. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. Both teams deserve to lose. Both teams suck. Both teams will not make the playoffs. I'm putting that out there right now. Both of those teams are fucking frauds. Now, for the other couple games, I mean, I went to bat. I went to war. I tailed Tony with the Falcons. I might have picked that game myself, but I knew it was fucked once he said he was on the same side. Now, touchdown Tony touchdown. I want to be on the same side of him. Trap game Atlanta Falcons plus 3.5 in Detroit. And it's not the personal tone. I don't want to hear anyone take my pick in a weird game like that. So I'm not putting it on you. It's on me. I picked the square play. It is what it is. Went 3-3, but if you include the Thursday night game where I flip-flopped on tone, I went 4-3.
Yep.
I feel like that should be addressed because I owe you an apology. I do.
Nick Ball could do that.
I stood up here on camera and I swore I stood for something, but I stood for nothing. Thursday rolled around. I saw Daniel Jones's face and I said, I can't bet on a guy that looks like that.
Listen, I can be a little reactionary at times, and I can get a little aggressive and angry. But I took some time, and I was like, you know what? I'm not even mad at him because it's just more of a reflection of your character than anything. And no one's even going to think about the bad pick. They're just going to be like, that's not a guy I'm going into war with. And it's like, I'm not there with you yet. I'm not there with you yet. I'm just saying we take a pinch. Me and Vic know who's talking. That's all. That's how this lines up, you know?
Okay.
So,
you got to be willing to go against your team. You got to be willing to go against them.
Yeah, but listen.
Otherwise, you're just throwing money away.
Hey, but shout out Vic for 4 weeks in a row with a nice, fresh, clean Polo. Let's give it up for that. You might be 1-7 on the year, but you're 4-0 on the Polos of the week. I love it. You look great.
Polo outlet is my addiction.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
It is my addiction.
We've been doing this like about 4 weeks now, and one of my favorite parts of the show is obviously Vic's shirt, but the other one is when he explains what a gun to the head game is every single time. He's like, listen, I didn't want to bet it, but you made me.
I know, because I know.
He does it every time. I love it. It's just like.
Because he's put in really the first Thursday night game. I can't make a decision now.
I know, but you have to bet the game, bro. You can't call yourself a bettor and not bet Thursday night football. It don't work like that.
I haven't missed a day. I bet in between. I bet the home run derby. I don't in between the All-Star. I don't miss a day.
Before we jump into stuff, can I ask you guys a question? So we're going into week 4. What's been like the most surprising thing to you so far? I'll start.
Surprising thing?
This.
Go ahead.
I was shocked that I thought the Cardinals would be the worst team in the league. It's quite clearly the Bears and Denver, and they have their own toilet bowl matchup that's going on. But I still think it's the Bears by a lot, and I wasn't expecting that.
I mean, you kind of just took the one I was going to say. I was going to say Chicago. I mean, I thought this team would – I didn't think they were going to win the division because I said the Packers were going to win the division, which they will. But I was not expecting them to be in the running for Caleb Williams after 4 weeks. I thought this team could win at least 7-8 games this year. That would have been a huge step in the right direction for the Chicago Bears. They look terrible. The Arizona Cardinals look way better than them. The Arizona Cardinals remind me of the 2019 Dolphins. That roster is so bad, but they're playing so hard for no reason. That team is trying to win football games, and I don't know why, but they are.
Credit to the coach. Credit to the coach.
He looked like a fucking doofus, too. Remember he was telling the
guys, he looks like
raise your hand if you took the
maybe
bus
you before. He looks like a sick bastard, the Arizona coach. The Arizona
coach first came in, it was like training camp, and his pump-up speech was raise your hand and take the bus. It's like, bro, they're all millionaires. Like, none of them are taking the fucking bus.
Yeah.
But shout out to him. Like, that team is playing really hard right now. So my
biggest surprise, Denver.
Wait. Tone, what was Tone's biggest surprise? Was it officially the Cardinals or the Bears?
Yeah, no, I flip-flopped. Like I thought it was a no-brainer the Cardinals would be like the worst team, but I'm more shocked that the Bears are worse than the Cardinals.
Got it. Okay.
He also said Miami wasn't going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, what a fucking idiot. What a dumbass. That's got to be the dumbest comment of 2023.
Clip that. Let's go back and clip that.
Let's clip that. Doesn't mean it, you know.
That we got to clip. Worst team right now, the disappointing is the Denver. They went and got a Hall of Fame coach. They got a Hall of Fame quarterback that they gave up everything with. And Russell Wilson looks fucking lost. Ever since he got his fucking dick rolled, he's not even the same fucking player anymore. He was better off staying a virgin. He was way more focused. Now all he thinks about is fucking ass and panties all day. So he's fucked. And they might even trade him. Who knows? They might blow that whole thing up. I don't think the players really even like him. You know, he's like,
no, they don't. I mean, Sean Payton doesn't like his ass.
Not at all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he threw him under the bus early in the year. So that's a fucking disaster. But we'll talk more about Denver later.
Yes, we will. Well, you're a sick fuck if you're betting that game, but we'll say it.
Fucking 100%.
You're a sick fuck, but that's why I love you. Let's get into what you're best at. Gun to the head. If you're new to the channel, this is the segment where I try to pick 3 to 4 of the ugliest games on the board that there's no reason for any sane human being to bet these games, but we're going to give you picks for them anyway. And we always start with Thursday Night Football. Lions at the Packers. The line is currently Lions -1.5. The Lions are a favorite going into Lambeau Field. I don't think that's been said in 25 to 30 years. Big Tone, I'll start with you.
So the lines are real. We all know it. And Jordan Love, that wasn't as much of a surprise for me because a piece of me did think he was going to be good. Not this good. And he's shown a lot early on. I'm going with the Packers simply because I thought Atlanta would cover because the Lions were worrying about this game at Lambeau, and I thought it would be kind of a sleeper spot. I'm taking the Packers at home. I like what Love's done. He's shown he can come back seriously, and I believe Watson might be back, right?
Yep.
So I'm taking them at home. The Lions are good. The Lions have been freaks. The Lions are awesome to root for. But this feels like a tight game, and I think the Packers get it done at home by a field goal.
Big Vic?
I'm switching lanes on this game. See, I already got burnt on Sunday going early with the Packers, and then they announced the Watson wasn't playing and Jones wasn't playing, and I went from laying 1.5, 120 to where I could have got 1.5 or plus 120. So I'm going to sidestep this for now, and I found a really good prop, which I don't really play unless I like them. So, but I like this one. So I'm liking Amon-Ra St. Brown over plus 70 yards plus. It's -130. He's got 70 yards in all 3 games this year. Last week, he's got 28 targets through 3 games. Last week, he had 12 targets. Last year, now this price is low. It's on discount because last year he had 2 really bad games against Green Bay. I think he had one game 49 yards and one game 55 yards. Okay, but at the end of 2001, he actually had 109 yards in the final week of the season against Green Bay. So this is a competitive guy. Like, this guy's a guy that carries around like a checklist of players that were drafted ahead of him. Like, he's a guy that he's like all the greats find a way to fucking get motivated. This guy finds ways to get motivated. 2 flop games against the division rival, the Packers last year. He's going to play big. He's been getting targeted. 70 yards should be easy to clear. And that's how I'm going to play that game. As of right now, I'm going to play it. Amon-Ra St. Brown over 70-plus yards, -130.
Wow, I love it. I love that a lot. But I hope it doesn't affect my pick. Because I love some Green Bay Packers. I love them.
Look.
Like, they're going to be that team that I bet on probably 10 to 12 times this year. I love this team. I'm sold on them. I'm not sold on Detroit at all. I know they beat the Falcons. I bet the Falcons. I mean, the Lions absolutely decimated them. But there is something about this Packers team, and they just find a way to win consistently. I think Matt LaFleur is a way better coach than Dan Campbell. And truthfully, I don't see that big of a talent gap difference between Jordan Love and Jared Goff. I think this Jordan Love kid is really good. And I think this Packers team is really good, especially at home. Being a home underdog in Lambeau on primetime, I'm rolling with the pack, bro. Me and Big Tone on the same side, and I ain't switching sides this time. I promise you that.
Yeah, no, I'll lose with the Packers at home. It's like the first time Goff's been out of his fucking mind. So I don't know. I think they're both good coaches. I think LaFleur gets to coach a little bit more now that Rodgers is gone, and it's not as much of a like a co-coaching thing, if you will. I think
power struggle.
You know what? Yeah, power struggle, whatever the case is. Platooning head coaches, if you will, but
never works.
Dude, Love's shown a lot early. He really has. So I'm going to take the Packers.
All right, next game we got. You got to bet this one too. I mean, it's just tradition. You wake up Sunday morning, there's a game on. You got to have a little action on that thing. Falcons at Jaguars. The game is being played in London. The line is currently -3. The Jaguars are favorite. Vic, what do you got?
I'm going to take the Jaguars right now, -3. I don't know. This is the Jaguars are really low right now. They've looked really bad. Like early in the year, everyone was saying they're a fucking top team. Right now, everybody's trashing them, saying that they're bad, and that's exactly when I like to play these teams. They're experienced too in London. I think they've been there like 10 years in a row, even though they don't have much success. At least they know the routine, what to expect. For Atlanta, they haven't played in London. Well, I don't think the quarterback has, Riddler. It's also his first outdoor game. All their games have been in a dome. He's got to do that. But I don't know. I think there's too much pressure on the quarterback Riddler for Atlanta right now, and then they're going to try to push it off on the running back Johnson. But Jacksonville's got a strong run defense. I think they got the 8th best run defense in the league. So I don't know. I think I just trust Peterson, and I trust Lawrence a little more. So gun to my head, I'm going to just lay the 3 with the Jaguars in this game.
Tom?
So all of that is the opposite reason. I'm taking Atlanta for, like, everyone thinks this is basically a home game for the Jags. Everyone's been high on the Jags. They just lost their last 2 games. Give me Atlanta coming in there after a bad loss to the Lions. No one's going to think Atlanta has a chance. I'm on Atlanta, and I'm probably going to take Atlanta money line too.
Wow. You think they're going to win outright?
I don't know. Everyone's like loves this Atlanta team. I watched them. I think they fucking suck, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I think they have weapons that aren't getting used.
I fell in love with them like week 1, week 2. But fuck the Atlanta Falcons this week. I think the Jaguars steamroll them back to Atlanta. I love the Jags in this spot. Jags -3 all day. What do you say? That's where I'm at with that game. Next up, we got the Vikings. -3.5, -3, depending on where you're shopping. They're playing the Carolina Panthers. Big Tone's gone. I'll start with Vic.
Big Tone just walked out because he got pissed. We went against him.
I didn't want to blow my nose. I didn't want to be gross on camera. That's all.
No. Should have done it. Listen,
I like spark that thing. Like, spark that thing again. Spark it again.
I mean, I gotta keep goes that. I'll do it again.
Yeah, I gotta get the full puff. Yeah, I like that.
All right, I'm taking the Vikings. Last year, these were the luckiest motherfuckers going, right? 11 wins by 1 score or something. Right now, this year, here's the bad luck. All 3 losses by 1 score. 7 times they fumbled, put the ball on the ground. They lost all 7 fumbles. I just don't think that they're this bad of a team. And this goes back to a way I always love to play, buying a team that's really low. Minnesota's really low right now. People are so down on them. I mean, last year, they were contenders to win the NFC. This year, people fucking hate their guts. I think they stink. I just think against a banged-up Panthers secondary, a rookie quarterback always makes me nervous. This guy doesn't look nearly as good as C.J. Stroud looks, Bryce Young. So I don't know. With the injury last week, that throws off his practice and his routine. So for me, the Vikings, I think this is the bottom for them. I think they get a couple wins in a row. They have more weapons. I'm going to lay the 3.5 with the Vikings.
I agree with you, Vic. I'm going to take the Vikings -3.5 too. This is literally do or die. Last week you could have called it do or die, but this is literally they actually have the gun to their head.
Yeah. Yep.
Had they won last week, this line might be 5 points, 6 points. Like you said, I think we're buying this team at a really low spot. The Carolina Panthers are awful. Like, they are not good. And the Vikings defense, I mean, if their offense didn't have 6 turnovers a game, I think the defensive stats for this team would be a lot better than what they show. But when Kirk Cousins and fucking Ron Jeremy are over here fumbling the ball 6 times a game, like your defense is going to let up points. That's just what happens. I don't think the Panthers on offense have enough talent to bring that big of a mismatch with this Minnesota Vikings defensive personnel like the Chargers did last week. You know, you got Mike Will before he got hurt. You got all those playmakers out there. Panthers don't really have any. Like you said, they got a rookie quarterback. The Vikings know they have to win this game. They should absolutely rout them. I don't care if everyone and their mother is on them. I'm taking the Vikings -3.5.
the Panthers might have the slowest group of receivers in the league.
They're terrible.
Speed-wise.
That whole team sucks.
Tough for the rookie quarterback. Puts more pressure on him. Go ahead, Tom.
Justin Jefferson goes ballistic this game. I know he's gone ballistic every game. This might be a 2-touchdown game for him. If they lose this game, they're in so much fucking trouble. This has to be a game where they come out and beat the shit out of someone. And I'm not they're not as bad as they are playing. They're just fucking not. They might be, but they're I think this is one of those games where you're bad. You have the best receiver in the league. He's in that locker room saying, "Give me the fucking ball. What's it going to hurt?" He's got 13 targets, 12 targets. He's getting the yards. They're going to get in the end zone. I love the Vikings. I love him to score 2 touchdowns. When that line comes out, I'll let you know what it is. I'm on the Vikings big this week.
Love it. All right, last gun to the head game. This game makes me sick. This game makes me want to punch the baby in the face. Steelers, -3 at the Houston Texans. Tone, what do you got?
I'm going to leave the babies out of it. They can't even think. So they have nothing to do with it. I'm going to leave the babies out of it. But this Pittsburgh Steelers team is not good, but just is scrappy. And this fucking defense is just TJ Watt's a fucking machine. He just changes everything. This kid Stroud's been good. I'm going to be the Texans, I think, is going to be a sexy pick. I'm on the Steelers here. I just like it. I fucking hate this. I will not be playing this. This is 1,000% a gun-to-head play. I won't be playing this game, but they got to figure it the fuck out. Hopefully,
you better put 25 fucking bucks on it. You got to put 25 bucks on it. You can't. You have to put at least 25 bucks on it. You got it. Come on, it's a buy lunch.
Don't you fucking do that to me. I'll think about it. God damn it.
You know what bothers me about this show? It doesn't bother me. It's just, I come in here, I have my 4 plays. And then we start talking about all these gun to heads, and then I hear you, and then I hear Vic, and then my card goes from 4 to fucking 8 games within 15 minutes.
We're doing our job. We're doing our job. We're selling you on the game.
This is what we're supposed to do. We're doing a good job at it. I think we're selling ourselves more than other people, but we're still people.
Listen, you want to fucking listen.
You're selling me, I'm selling you.
You want to put carpet in your house? You call a carpenter. You want fucking sports picks? Boom, you fucking come right here.
The other thing too is this kid's getting hit so much, and this steal. I mean, he's gonna. It's just. I think this is a tough game for the Texans. I just do.
I don't like either side here, but I love the under 42.5. I might make that a play. I think the Steelers have one of the best defenses in the league. Their offense is as slow as molasses. They're terrible. Kenny Pickett is not good. Matt Canada should be fired. They can't run the ball for shit. Houston's got a good defense, bro. Like they have a low-key sleeper defense. I think this game might end 10-3. I don't know who's going to win. One of those 3-3 games, someone goes down, gets a last-minute touchdown, maybe even 6-3. But the more I'm talking about it, the more I'm selling myself on the under. I love the under 42.5 in this game.
Hey, listen, we didn't touch on it earlier, but that was a sharp play by you, fucking New England over
New England.
You said
me and Vic made a bet that if the Jets scored more than 10 points, I'd buy them a pre-roll.
Yeah. No, that was a good read.
Do it for you.
That was a good read on that game, and you might be right. Might be the same thing here.
This is a fucking brutal spot because you got Steelers coming off back-to-back national TV wins as dogs. And you got the Titans coming off a 8-point underdog outright win against a division rival. So you got both teams in bad spots. So immediately I look at 2 things. Yeah, of course, but I hate totals. I'm always on the fucking wrong side somehow. But I'm looking at 2 things that's going to break the tie on which way to go with this. I got Mike Tomlin, right, who can get his fucking guys up. He's a Hall of Fame coach, legendary coach. And I got against a rookie quarterback that's thrown 900 yards in his first 2 games. He's going to have some kind of regression. Now he's going up against a whole different defense with Pittsburgh. So for me, it's a fucking risky one because they're both in weird situations. But I love Mike Tomlin. I love the Pittsburgh. They look like, unfortunately, we had to watch them because they're on TV. They look like they're getting better. The last, as the games are going on, they definitely looked really good against Oakland. They controlled the whole game. Vegas. But Mike Tomlin, both teams in a bad spot. Mike Tomlin, money line's only 160. I'd lay the money line. That's 3-2 odds. I'll take a 50% return on my money every day. So for me, I'll lay 160 Steelers money line.
Wow. letting a little juice there, but sometimes you got to slurp the Capri Sun.
I mean, listen, I always say this. The only time juice hurts and that you hate it, people that follow me already know what I'm going to say, is when you lose. You bet a baseball game, you're laying 280, shit in your pants. It's a tie game in the 7th inning. You get a run, you win 2-1. You almost died 3 times over. You weren't even caring about what you were going to win. You were more worried about not losing what you were going to lose. 160, 150, that's I mean, if you do that in the stock market every day, 50% return on your money, you'd be rich. So fuck it, juice only hurts when you lose.
Amen. Amen. It's officially that time. But before we get into the official plays, if you guys haven't already, please hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you want to know when we're going live, hit that little notification bell. All 3 of those things are free. At least do 2 of them if you haven't already. It's going to help the channel grow. It's going to help us reach more crackheads, more degenerates. It's just going to create a whole community for all of us. All you got to do, like and subscribe. All right, official plays. I'm going to start here. I'm flying out to Buffalo on Friday.
Oh, boy.
I'm going in the game on Sunday. I'm jumping through tables. I'm drinking anything.
No, you're not.
Me. I don't care what it is. I'm setting it down the hatchet.
Time out. Are you really jumping through a table?
Yeah, I did it last year.
No.
I'm jumping through a table. It's what I do.
Is that like someone? That's their thing, though.
It don't matter. I'm coming in to take over their thing. I'm coming in to take over their city, and that's what the Dolphins are going to do on Sunday. The Bills think they have this shit in the bag. They think their shit don't stink because they won the division 3 years in a row. That shit is over. Don't let the Miami Dolphins come into Orchard Park and win, because that fake dynasty, that fake run that they had, that they only made it to 1 AFC championship, that shit will die in Buffalo on Sunday if the Dolphins go in there and win. I ain't going to that game and not betting on my damn team. Give me the Dolphins +3, and I'm going to take that shit money line. But the official play is +3, not the money line.
Oh, what a pussy. What a fucking pussy. So you're going to be at the game. You're going to make that.
I'm not putting the Dolphins on my card twice when the spread's 3.
Take the points. At least if they lose, you'll have money when if they lose by 1.
No, fuck that. I want to die with my team. Official play, Dolphins money line. They win, I win. They lose, I lose. Fuck them.
I'm just saying, if you're there and they win by 1 or whatever the fucking case is, you're gonna want it.
I just won't slam them. Like, I'll do something where if it loses, I don't care. If it wins, I could jerk myself off.
All jokes aside, what's your I know you just did that whole thing.
We're winning them. What do you mean that thing? That was no bit. I'm dead serious.
I can't believe you jumped through a table. How did I not see that? That needs to be resurfaced. Well, let's do something with it. I mean, that's legendary stuff.
What's Waddle's status?
Playing full practice today.
Wow.
Let
me give you a little story. Can I give a little story?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything yet. I haven't heard no.
You say jump through a table. Anyway, my brother-in-law, he thinks he's more athletic than me because I'm a little heavier of a guy, but I'm fucking athletic, bro. Like, I was a fucking – and I had a broken leg when I was a kid. Anyway, he wants to race me. I raced him, sewer to sewer. It's a New York thing. I fucking smoked him. Bad thing is I couldn't stop myself, fell, broke my shoulder. 6 months to recover. So don't be careful jumping through tables. I couldn't even wipe my ass good. True story. Anyway.
You won the race, but at what cost?
Broke my shoulder. And they recorded the race, and they shut the video off right when I was about to fall.
So you never fell?
Oh, I fell. I had fucking 6 months.
Yeah, but you didn't fall on camera, so you basically didn't fall.
Just because you can run doesn't mean you're an athlete, by the way, because I can't
very
run
good.
and I'm a fucking dog, but...
Well, I feel like we're all athletes. I feel like you can't be a sports bettor unless you're an athlete.
Yeah, no, I got an absolute rocket.
Like you have to think in your mind that you could do what they do better than how they do it, so you can make a sharp play. That's the only way to be a good bettor.
It's true.
Tone, what do you got for an official play?
So we already talked about the Vikings. I already told you I'm going to take them as an official play. Another official play I'm taking the over in the Eagles and the Washington Commanders game. Okay, 43.5. We haven't seen a real crispy game yet out of fucking Hurts. I think we see one. I think we see Washington actually put up a few points, maybe take the ball away. Hurts has turned the ball over the last 2 games. I think this is going to be a score where it's a little bit higher than you think, a 34, a 28 kind of thing. And I think you see the Eagles do some more offense and look a little bit more like the Eagles of last year. A.J. Brown will get in the end zone. The number's not out yet. They're force-feeding this guy. He has to get in the end zone. He will get in the end zone. No TDs for him yet this year.
Big.
I'm just gonna get this one out of the way. So if you want to fucking rip me, use Karim. I'm taking the Broncos -3. I think I've liked the Broncos every week for a year and a half now. But listen, this is again another buying low. No, I mean this is how low can we get, other than if they just fucking trade Wilson away. But I think it's a big redemption week for Payne. They were embarrassed last week, giving up 70. That's not even normal. And I'm going to take Sean Payne over fucking Dweeberflus any day of the week. So I think we have a huge coaching edge. Even though Russ looks fucking lost, he's still, 8th in QBR, and Fields is 32nd in QBR. So I think we have an edge at quarterback. We have an edge in coaching. That's two huge things. Chicago's lost 13 in a row going back to last year. They fucking stink. The Bears will win one. And they'll make us a nice money line score, but first they're gonna have to fire the coach and get rid of him. Once they do that, the team will be ignited and they'll win. But not this week. I think Denver straightens it out off that embarrassing loss. So I'm gonna lay 3 with the Broncos.
This spot scares me because I think Sean Payton's trying to fucking sabotage this team so he can get the fucking Wilson on the bench because they're gonna have a tough time getting rid of him. You lose to the Bears, you can justify to the whole fucking world sitting this guy. Just scares me a little bit. That's all. Just scares me.
But if they really wanted to move Russell Wilson, they could probably just get rid of him for nothing for the Jets. You know what I mean? The Jets have a problem their own right there. That locker room's ready to fucking explode. So if Denver really wanted to get off Russell Wilson, they could just give us the 7th round. I mean, and we'll even eat some of the money. Sitting him on the bench.
I just don't know how marketable Russ is right now. I just don't know if people really want. I don't know if he's.
I mean, he's better than fucking Zach Wilson.
1,000%.
Yeah, he's definitely better than Zach Wilson.
1,000%.
And he's still a champion in the league. How many quarterbacks have rings right now that are playing? Not that many. So he's got that. You walk in, you show that. It's like, listen, maybe I don't know. Maybe he's not clicking with the guys there, and maybe he would with the Jets. It would be a different thing because the Jets know, it's we. Even though you're fucking weird hanging out by yourself or whatever you do that rubs people the wrong way. At least you can do something more than Wilson. Wilson's just not an NFL quarterback. His numbers are actually worse than Jamarcus Russell's, and Jamarcus Russell didn't even try. That guy wasn't even fucking studying tape. Wilson's he's fucking trying and he sucks. Jamarcus Russell just showed up I'm here. What do I do? Fucking that's it. Wilson's out there working. What do I do now? How do I get better studying? He still stinks. So he's fucking stinking. So if they really wanted to move off Wilson, they probably could. Jets would buy.
Yeah, probably. All right. So next play, I got Packers 1.5. We already went over that earlier. I'm gonna make that an official play. Also gonna make the Steelers under 42.5 an official play. I sold myself on that game when I said I didn't want to touch it with a fucking 10-foot pole. Here I am. So I'll give it over to Tone.
So I'm going to be taking the Chargers over the Raiders. I think the Raiders are not very good. I think the Chargers are going to dog walk them. And I think the Chargers need to get something going a little bit here. They're scoring a lot of points. They played a lot better defense last week. I like the Chargers here in this spot. The number's been bouncing 5.5. I just think the Raiders are not good. That's just my opinion. Herbert showed he still fucking can sling that thing 40 for 47 for 405 or whatever, 3 TDs. Those guys have weapons on offense. I don't think the Raiders can keep up. The Raiders have shown they fucking shoot themselves in the foot. Bad coaching mistakes. They're just a fucking train wreck. I don't trust them. I'm on the Chargers, and I took the Chargers in my survivor pool this week as well. So, Chargers.
Jimmy G's in concussion protocol too, no?
Yeah,
we don't even know if he's going.
I don't even give a fuck.
That guy must get laid. That guy must get laid like a fucking bitch.
Oh my god, dude.
He would get laid like that if he would work at Target.
He could be a fucking bag boy at Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Lucky bastard.
Lucky fucking prick. That guy does look like $1 million.
Yeah. I'll go. Listen, let me go. Huh? For how much?
For 20K.
No way. You fucking nuts?
20K? All right, hold on. 100,000.
How much?
How much the fuck?
How much?
No, to jerk him for 100K.
Jesus Christ. That's
way. Do I have to?
I don't even want to know
Taxable?
how low my number is. Let's go to the next subject, you know? Fuck it.
Big Tone's like $5,000 in a fucking Diet Coke.
Yeah. Settle for 12.5.
Listen, let me give a pick. I have a feeling I have too many picks. Listen, let me give the Patriots +7. Let me get it right off the bat. Let me get it out of the way. The Patriots, everyone's shitting on them. They almost blew the game last week to the horrific Jets. But if you think about it, they outgained the Eagles opening week, right? They the Dolphins are the best team in football right now, arguably maybe them or the Chiefs. I mean, how can anyone know? I know you don't like to hear it, but everyone's saying it. They're proving it. You know, you put up 70, you're going to get that love. But they only lost by 1 score to the Dolphins, right? And they outgained the Jets by 200 yards and held them under 3 yards of play. So the Patriots, I was shitting on them early in the year. They actually don't, to me, they don't look as bad. And last week, Zeke Elliott 80 yards against the Jets' tough defense. So he's actually probably in good form. He's going to be super motivated to go against Dallas. And I watched every minute of that Dallas game because shout out my boy Tommy Trottis, who fucking called somehow Arizona outright. He comes in 350 and says Arizona is going to win the game, and they do. I couldn't believe it, but I watched every down of that game. They are fucking lost right now, Dallas in the red zone. They're not sure what to do. CD Lamb's getting shut down. He's getting frustrated. They're not getting much help elsewhere. So when you're not scoring touchdowns, you don't want to be laying touchdowns. I'm taking the Patriots plus the touchdown.
I like it, and I'm going to make it a sprinkle, not an official play, but Bill Belichick, if there's any coach, I like that, Vic. If there's any coach who's going to feed into the revenge factor, it's Bill Belichick. Touchdown, Tony touchdown. Can we get a little Ezekiel Elliott?
No fucking chance. No chance.
I'm sprinkling. Sprinkling.
I won't be able to do that. As I can see
Why?
that
He's royalty.
What's that?
He's NFL royalty, Elliott. He's had a great fucking career. He's gonna, if he got one to stick it in against his old team, Belichick's gonna let him do that. I think Smokes is
but he's a Cowboy and he was an Ohio State guy, and I hate both of those fucking teams with a passion. I'm not a Zeke
guy in his personal fucking
this guy in his fucking heart. This guy in his heart.
Personal, I know. What the heart?
No. Listen, I'll tell you. Here's why I'm not a fucking Zeke guy. Okay. I'm getting my dick beat in fantasy football, whatever, 3, 4, 5 years ago. I make a blockbuster trade to get Zeke so he's my keeper, right? What happens after he signs that big contract? The big fuck you to Anthony. I hate this fucking guy. He plays, he jumps in the fucking chair, and he fucking hold on, Vic. Hold on. This guy can suck my fucking dick. I don't care if he scores twice. I'll never bet on him
for free
at all. But I'm with you. I think the Patriots are a lot better of a football team than people give them credit for.
Yeah.
And also, can we rewind? Is Tommy Trotters going to be our first fucking guest ever? Who the fuck is Tommy Trotters? That's a fantastic.
Listen, okay. All right, can I say it? He's an old school guy. He's from my area, New York. He moved to Florida years ago. I've been keeping in touch with this guy.
Is this his real name?
Well, his name is
okay.
His name is Tommy. He goes by Tommy Trotters. I'm going to retweet him next time. He's fucking great. He's sharp with stocks. He's sharp with horses, but he only bets 1 or 2 games a week. He's useless for guys like us. We want to bet every 15 minutes, right? Like this guy's like, yeah, I got 1 game today. Lord knows how much he puts on. But he doesn't have a big following, but he's awesome. I would love to bring him.
Hey, I'll tell his one play every week. I don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
I hope he's watching this. I hope he's fucking watching. He better retweet. I mean, he better post something good this week because I will retweet it. Guy's sharp. I think he lost 1 game all year, college and pro football, if I'm not mistaken.
That's a bold ass claim. That's like almost 67%.
Old school, he's fucking sharp. He's old school. He's sharp, the guy. Been around gambling for years, you know?
All right. I like it. All right. So my last play.
I'm nervous. I hope
game of the quarter century.
Cheers, you guys.
I hope it's something I'm on.
Game of the fucking week, game of the day, game of the pay your rent, game of the I fucked your mom, how you doing? Ravens +3. Ravens +3. Ravens +3 against the Cleveland Browns. The Browns fucking suck. That team is terrible. They beat up on a shitty Titans team. The Ravens, I have more fingers on my hand. Less fingers on my hand. More fingers. The Ravens choked the fucking game away is my point. They had at least 10 opportunities to win that fucking game, and they choked it away.
Sandwich game.
They were looking ahead for this game. This is the game they were looking forward to.
How are you just dismissing the Browns' defense, though?
I get it. They're good. They're good. I'll give them that. They played the Titans' offense. Smells like shit. Steelers' offense. Smells like shit. I don't remember who the Browns played. Oh, the Bengals when I bet them. The rain game. Joe Burrow, he fucking looks like shit. He's out there playing on one fucking leg. They're a good defense. I'm not taking that away from them. But this Ravens team's got a great defense, too. And they got a much better quarterback. And I'm taking the fucking Ravens +3. John Harbaugh as an underdog. I have all these stats. I haven't even read one of them. Ravens 19-5 against the spread in their last 27 games as an underdog. Ravens 16-4-2 in their last 22 games as an underdog of between half a point and 3 points. The Browns 2-6 against the spread when they're laying a field goal or less. I'm taking the Ravens. Everyone just saw the Browns. Everyone just saw the Ravens lose. Big bounce back game for Baltimore. Favorite play of the week, Baltimore Ravens +3.
Yeah, I was just playing devil's advocate. I like that game too. But I'm holding off on that. I'm doing some touchdown plays this week. I told you guys I got the Vikings, I got the Chargers, I got the over in the Eagles game. Touchdown, Tony, touchdown. Okay. We're doing pretty good so far. We had Jefferson last week. It was our only play. I got 4 guys this week. I'm going Diggs. That game's gonna be back and forth. He's got 1 touchdown this year. I'm going to him. Jefferson, I just told you, he's coming off a big game. I think he gets in this end zone again. And I'm going to go A.J. Brown, and I'm going to go Jamar Chase. I'm going to play all of them individually, and then I'll let you know what the parlay number is. It'll probably be like +1,200 because they'll all be around -115 to +120. These are guys who are good and the best receivers on their teams, and they're just not getting in the end zone. And it's going to start happening, and these guys aren't going to be guys who have 6 touchdowns in a year. They're guys who are going to have fucking 10. So we're going to start seeing it. And this is going to be a big week for us. Also, I love Texas, -16.5 in college football over Kansas. I'll post it all out for you guys. But I do like this week.
Big Dick Vic.
I love it. It's the first time anybody's ever called me that, by the way. Listen, I hate to fucking go against you, but I got to do it. I'm taking the fucking Browns. And I'm going to do the money line because I saw it at 140.
He takes this really personal when you do this to him. Listen, this might be a good thing for you. The guy's 2-7 right now.
You're right. Yo, he brings up my record. Why don't you bring up
Listen, I got a nickname for you. Vic the fucking Vig. Vicky the Vig. That's your name. That's Vic the Vig.
We're coming off baseball season. You got to lay 140. It's way better than 3. But listen, let me give you my explanation and then tell me how far off I am. Because the Browns, everyone just disrespects them. First of all, the Browns defense, first or second in the league in scoring defense, yards allowed, run defense, and passing defense. All right, now, why am I going to go back to I know, cacchiarone, they call it in Italian. But why am I going to go back to 2011 right now? You're like, what the hell happened in
Ravens?
2011?
At least he's done with the 90s. At least he's done with the 90s. He's going back to fucking 2010.
We're only going back 12 years here. Browns defensive coach, Jim Schwartz, almost beat the shit out of Jim Harbaugh, John Harbaugh's brother, on a handshake after the game. They were ready to square off. Yeah, it was a fucking
the bat. Yeah, the bat. Yeah,
the bat.
I just love that you know all this. I love it.
Oh, it's fucking great. Google it. You'll die laughing. He ran him down to say to congratulate him. He pounded him on the back too hard. They were ready to square off. People got in between. It was great.
Wasn't that Jim Harbaugh though?
Yeah, but it's a brother. It's family thing.
Oh,
it's a family. I punked your brother. I'll punk you too. That's how. So whatever. Schwartz is probably getting the guys. Listen, he's a great defensive coach. Nobody's talking about how good that guy is with Cleveland and how good they're playing and what talent he's got, okay? And Watson's another guy, all right? Everybody hates on this guy because he leads the league in hand jobs received, okay? That's what everybody hates on. They're all jealous. His fucking bag is drained. Everybody's tense, all right? Last week, 27 for 33, 289 and 2 touchdowns, okay, versus Titans defense. Always good Titan defense. So even though he looked terrible on national TV, he looked good last week. He'll keep getting better. He was out of the game, suspended for getting hand jobs for a fucking year, right? Now, how bad are the Ravens? outgained by the Texans in week 1, okay? And in week 2, they beat Joe Burrow basically on crutches. The guy wasn't right Monday night. He wasn't right 2 weeks ago. He was even worse, okay? They're the most injured team, the Ravens. 2 starters in the secondary are out. 2 offensive linemen, a top linebacker, 2 receivers, including OBJ, right? And if Gus Edwards doesn't play the running back, they're going to be on a 4-string running back. But people will always bet Baltimore because they love Lamar, because of the visuals, what the guy could do. He's amazing. Last year, Ravens, 2 games they played, the Ravens won the first one 13-3, and the second, they lost the second one, but won the first one at home by 3 and lost the one in Cleveland 13-3. They averaged 13 points a game in the 2 games versus Cleveland last year. Cleveland's defense is going to shut them down. Lamar's still learning a new offense. I fucking love it. I won't lay 3. Not if it's 140. If it goes up past 150, then I'll lay the 3. But I saw it at 140 when I wrote it last night. I'll check it again, but I'll do the money line. I'm taking the Browns to win.
So we could both win.
It's compelling.
We could both win.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Those are the
Both
facts.
win. You're right.
We could both win. We could both win.
Yeah,
Browns
both
win by
win.
1. Win by 2.
You're not even going to know what's going on. You're going to be jumping through tables.
Yeah, that's true.
How far?
I don't like that you're fading me.
I'm not fading you. Don't ever take it.
I know, it's fine. It's
Don't
just
ever take it that way. I don't fade anyone. I always take everything into consideration. But here, to me, and it might be a sucker bet because there's so much going against it. Sometimes when it looks so clean on paper, it turns out dirty. You know, and especially since that money line is a little low for 3. It's usually like 180. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
true.
Cleveland's defense is good. The defensive coach is good. I mean, I laid it out. We'll see what happens.
well, that's all my picks. You guys got all your picks out?
Yep, those are all my picks as well. Picks as well.
Can't beat it. Well, shout out to everyone that tuned in live. You guys absolutely blew up the chat. We love when you guys hit us in the chat. Next week, we forgot this week, we want you guys to start picking some games for us to handicap. So next week, we'll start doing that. We'll start pushing it more. If you haven't already, please please subscribe, even leave another comment if you'd like. And come back next week. Hopefully, we make you guys some money. And if we don't make you money, hopefully we made you laugh. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week right here, same place, same time.